Hello folks and welcome to Elite Dangerous. We are using the Vive Pro 2 and for very good reason. I feel that this space sim is a perfect testing ground to check out the black levels and those vivid colours. So yeah, we're just messing around near this planet actually, and we're going to come in for a landing in a moment. But I'm just going to put some through the lens footage in now of what it looks like in the headset. Now of course this is just me using a phone, so take it with a pinch of salt, but I do feel it shows the clarity off very well and the black levels, which are actually really good in this headset. I wasn't expecting it to be so good because I'm so used to the current crop of LCD headsets like the Reverb G2, G1, Quest, 8KX, Rift S, which all, you know, they're not that great when it comes to black levels, of course, because unless you're using a OLED screen, you're gonna make some sacrifices. So I'm very surprised to see that the Vive Pro 2 with its fast switch IPS style panel favours this sim very well. Now, not to mention just the black levels, but also those colours. I feel the colours in the Vive Pro are the best in the business. When it comes to LCD, they are superb. They are better than the G2 even, actually. And, you know, when you're looking at a dark background and you've got all these sort of beautiful text here, that 5K display really comes into its own. It's quite remarkable. And in a space sim like Elite Dangerous, it really does look absolutely incredible. It really does. Now, of course, the sweet spot is one of the areas of the Vive Pro which aren't so good. You know, you do have to dial it in, and I do recommend the Studio Inform Balance Kit, which really keeps the sweet spot aligned. You don't have to mess around moving it on your head, very much like the Reverb G2. Once you've got those balancers on the back, it just sits on top of your head really nice, and you don't have to worry about that small sweet spot. Of course, the stacked lens design of the Vive Pro 2 also means that you do get a few God rays, but actually I'm again very surprised that in such a dark situation like this you do get them, but it's nowhere near as bad as you think. And I've been using the Vive Pro 2 all day today in various sims, and one thing I do think, you know, because I often compare this going backwards and forwards to different headsets, but when you're using the headset over the course of a full day like I have been doing today, your eyes kind of get used to it and you start to sort of compensate for that small sweet spot on the God rays. You just get used to it, like the 16:9 aspect ratio style vertical field of view, which is squashed down. You do actually get used to it after a while. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know guys, but that's just my impressions. Anyway, let's see if we can find this basically this docking station. It's around here somewhere, and we're just coming for a bit of a landing here, so I can give you my sort of impressions as we come in. But yeah, it's been a joy using this headset. There you are. It really has. In a space sim like this particularly, I think the performance is very nice. I have to say I still don't feel that the clarity is quite as sharp as the Reverb G2 in the absolute centre, but I am nitpicking here. I mean, this headset has an incredible screen. And I've noticed actually since using it over the course of today that it does get quite hot within the first 40 minutes, but after a while it kind of calms down a bit. And I've been using this for like 3 or 4 hours now in IL2, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and now Elite Dangerous. And in each sort of experience, I don't know whether it's just me getting used to it, but the heat issue is becoming less and less of a problem. I think that's also down to the fact of just getting used to the headset and spending time with it. Sometimes you can get too used to sort of going backwards and forwards between different headsets, and then you really see the imperfections, which is good for a review. It's good for sort of a testing capacity. But then living with a headset like this is when you really get a chance to just see how it feels. Right, anyway, let's just see if we can... Hang on a minute, let's have a look here. We're not going to be able to dock yet because we're too far away. But if we just... lock destination. Yeah, I think we're not going to be able to actually go any faster than this. That's fine. Gives me more time to talk anyway. But I hope some of that is of interest to you guys. I do feel that the Vive Pro 2 is really nice with its sort of horizontal field of view. I do still feel the Reverb G2 is a better value for money headset overall. But if you do have an original Vive, and you currently have the base stations, and you're just looking to get the headset on its own, it is definitely a viable purchase without a doubt. It's just gorgeous. In fact, what we'll do is we'll get really close to this spaceship, which we are getting very close now. I can feel like we're actually moving towards it. I'll just go close to sort of, you know, around it, so I can give you my impressions of those colours, because I do think it's absolutely spectacular. Now, interestingly, talking about the field of view, the Pimax 8KX, even in its super small mode, is still far, far bigger than that of the Vive Pro 2, which is quite remarkable. I think the sweet spot and the overall clarity of the 8KX does beat the Vive Pro 2, just simply because of that wider sweet spot. It makes a big difference. But this is by no means a terrible experience at all. It's absolutely incredible. And in fact, what I'm going to do is, I've got an original Vive Pro with an OLED screen. I'm going to just take that for a spin around Elite Dangerous before I give it back to Mikey. Thank you, by the way, for loaning me your headset. It's been fantastic comparing all of these different devices. But I have to say that the OLED screen does rule, but this is not bad at all, and I would take this over the original Vive any day of the week, simply because of the clarity and the extra horizontal field of view. This is absolutely amazing. As I'm panning around here looking at this, even this small little spaceship here, it's remarkable. It really is absolutely amazing. The current crop of high-resolution headsets, we are absolutely spoiled for choice, really. With that of the 8KX, the Vive Pro 2, and the Reverb G2, and G1, and the Quest as well. That's also a very good high-resolution headset. Anyway, we're now going to auto-dock back at our little spaceship today. I hope some of that was of interest to some of you. It's one of those things, as I use the Vive Pro 2 more and more, I'm getting to like it and to enjoy it. I think part of that is just by taking away all my other headsets and just spending time with it on its own, because it has a lot of good things that I do like about it. The extra field of view is very nice. That 5K screen is absolutely beautiful. What they've done with that fast switch IPS panel is pretty damn amazing in terms of the colour palette, and the black levels are very, very good indeed. It's not all bad, guys, far from it. It's a very comfortable headset as well. In fact, the most comfortable headset I've ever worn. So it's been really interesting sort of comparing all of these different things. And here we go, we're just about to dock here. The performance is very nice actually. I'm not quite sure if we're in reprojection mode, but it certainly feels smooth. That is quite a feeling. I love doing that. So here we are, as we've now docked. We've got a bit of lens glare, of course, but I mean, the G2 has glare as well. I think it's probably a little bit worse in this headset, but it's super, super clear and crisp. And yeah, overall, in a space sim like this, with these sorts of vivid colours, it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.